Infrastructure, I want to thank everybody. Perfect attendance, and I know some of you, probably had to make some sacrifices to get here, but you're showing your true duty as good county board members, and there's two that we're going to try and help both the city and an outlying area that I know Danny Kelch and Jimmy Dillon have been quite a bit involved in. So we're going to have some good knowledge about that. And our first resolution, if I could call it, has to do, of course, with an easement here in the city. And I need a motion on that. Terry, seconded by Danny Kelch. Okay, Scott, who's going to start on it now? Jeff Gillis prepared this for us, and do you want to make any comments first? Or?
I will start, and then I'll turn it over to Amy.
He is here.
Right. So I think it's been pretty widely reported in the media that the city is going to be converting both Adams and Jefferson from one-way traffic back to two-way traffic from down by the ballpark where it's currently two-way traffic all the way up to roughly the interstate. So that includes the block of each of those two streets that is on either side of the courthouse. And part of that project is there's going to be some street improvements, and this is a temporary easement that the city's asked for and is asking many of the property owners for along the stretch of those two streets to have in place during the construction project. If you look at the maps that are in the packet, each of those easements is covering an area at the corner of Main and Adams, and again at Main and Jefferson. It's roughly 59 feet long by 3 feet wide. And once the construction is complete, those easements will go away because they only need it for the term of the construction. There's going to be, I know, curb and gutter work, there's going to be resurfacing work, there's going to be new signalization work as part of that project. So they need these temporary easements during the construction project. Amy, did I leave anything out? So happy to answer any questions, Mr. Chairman.
Anyone on the committee with a question in regard to this resolution? If not, I'm going to call for a vote on the resolution. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? Ayes have it. Unanimous vote. Moving on to the second resolution, which has to do with a variance, and I'll take a motion from Danny Kelch on this, and seconded by Sharon Williams.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. I'm going to kind of give a high-level overview of why this is before you, and then Amy can talk a little bit about the engineering specifics and answer any of those detailed questions you might have. You'll also notice tonight on the County Board agenda is Amendment Number 2 to the Rural Enterprise Zone. We are adding 11 pieces of property in the immediate vicinity of the Kickapoo-Edwards Blacktop interchange with Interstate 74. Beck Oil has purchased a property near the interchange and the portion of the property that currently houses Jubilee Cafe, with their intention of making significant investment and improvements to that property. Looking at what they're planning to do and looking at what the current access to their property is, there need to be improvements made to both Kickapoo-Edwards Road and to Civil Defense Road, both of which are county highways. What's before you tonight is a request from Beck to vary from the IDOT standards on county highways for tapers and turn lanes, and that is because we really don't have adequate space or length between IDOT's bridge structure that goes over Interstate 74 and where their entrances are going to be. And so we previously did not have a process for them to address this, but working with their third-party engineer who did the design, which is Hutchinson, the Highway Department, Member Kelch, Chairman Dillon, and a host of others, we've identified a process where they could apply for a variance, which they've done, and their engineer has come up with a design that our department at the highway, our team at the Highway Department is recommending approval of, and believes is an acceptable compromise given the real world attributes of what is physically out there at the Kickapoo exit. If you want, Amy can go into the kind of the details of what the engineering design is required to be and what it's recommended to be. We can also answer any questions you might have. So, Mr. Chairman, if you want, Amy can go in that engineering detail, or we can just answer any questions. Your choice.
I think everybody pretty much understands, but if anybody does have a question, why don't you direct it to Amy? Anybody have any questions about this? You know, it's going to be a good addition to those people out there, as well as anybody traveling on the interstate. No questions? Voting on this resolution, all those in favor of adopting this signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Ayes have it. Unanimous vote. Moving on, do we have anybody under miscellaneous?
Coach,
Go ahead, Jim.
I just do want to thank Amy and Jeff and their team for taking the time to listen to the business owner. Met us at the property, walked it. So they went above and beyond and really worked to try to be business friendly and come up with some sort of accommodation. And Administrator Sorrell, and I think that was a good compromise from Beck's Oil. But I do appreciate, instead of just everything being nope, can't do it, that it was staff listened and tried to address some concerns. And so appreciate your team for doing that.
Thank you. And again, as I said at the beginning of the meeting, I thank all of the board members who are on this committee showing up tonight, because it's necessary that these people get to be acted on so that they can pursue their projects immediately, because this is a good time of the season, and they of course want to get things done and get in operation and so forth. Anything else under miscellaneous? Being no further business, meeting is adjourned.
I hear I was going.